You know what I hate? Mobile games. I mean, they're free, but they're pay to win, and it's everything wrong with gaming, and how dare a company try to make a game and then make money off of it? I mean, who does that? It's stupid. I mean, they let you download the game for free, and then they sprinkle in microtransactions. I mean, what do they expect me to do? Not do the microtransactions? Mobile games are an outrage of the highest caliber. They are a cancer on the video game industry, and they are bad! Very bad! Shame on you! Shame on you, mobile games! So forgive me for beating a dead horse. At this point, the dead horse has been completely decomposed, so forgive me for beating the earth where the dead horse used to lay. So, mobile games. Specifically, the pay-to-win style of mobile games. So you've got your Clash of Fans and your Randy Crush. Generally, the way these types of mobile games make money, despite being able to download the game for free, is through a whole complicated formula where the game is able to hold your attention, and right before you get satisfaction, it cuts you off through waiting times or something. So some people will go ahead and use real money to cut down on the wait times or buy extra lives or whatever. This mobile game formula is so well known, South Park made an episode about it. Now, if South Park makes an episode on the topic, you know it's relevant, or at least relevant when it came out. So what am I doing? Am I here to tell you what you already know? That mobile games are specifically designed to keep your attention in such a way that you decide to spend tons of money just to advance your progress in game. Am I here to warn you about the evils of mobile gaming companies? I mean, seriously, you tried to trademark a word, and your game is a complete ripoff of someone else's game. And then you sued him. Am I just here to say that I hate mobile games? You know, even though I said that at the very beginning of the episode? Well, to be honest, I haven't played a single mobile game I've mentioned so far. Because all the things I've just listed are the reasons why I'm so wary of mobile games. I'm even a bit hesitant to go on the Google Play Store. I mean, I'm looking at my phone right now and I only have one game. And it wasn't even free to download. Because all the things I've heard from news articles, YouTubers, and even TV has made me think of free-to-download games as a gateway. A gateway between my wallet and these mobile gaming companies. Unfortunately, my wallet belongs to another. I've seen a lot of mobile games resemble something like Civilization, and I, for one, love Civ. I wouldn't be able to help myself if Civ decided to add in microtransactions. Please don't do that. Just forget I even said that. Don't fucking do it. Just don't. I know that these mobile games don't force you to buy things, but that requires self-restraint and responsibility, both of which I do not possess. Thank God I don't have anyone that depends on me. Admiral Badass! No! Oh God. Oh no. Oh God. Your life was in my hands. I threw it away. I was a fool to play God! Okay. I'm fine. What's in the past is in the past. Let's just move forward, alright? There's nothing left for us in the past. So let's not even turn back. Let's just go forward. Alright, so let's go back a couple of years. Flip phones, Blackberries, the densest material known to man. I grew up with a lot of these phones because my parents always seemed to get new phones or switch carriers. So I always played with their old deactivated phones. So what did I do with these deactivated phones? Well, besides building a nuclear bunker, I played the game demos that were pre-installed on the phone. There were games like Tetris or Uno. I'd play these demos for hours. But every once in a while, usually if I died or I reached the end of a level, I would be asked if I wanted to buy the full version. How fucking dare you ask me to buy your product after letting me try it for free? It's like when I'm at the grocery store or some shit. I'm minding my own business, just walking around, wondering what possible actions I could have committed in my past life that resulted in me being cursed into always grabbing the shopping cart with a busted wheel in this one. You know, the usual. Then my curiosity is piqued by a small stand. I'm drawn in by the promise of free samples. I quickly realize that I have been flimflammed. The lady at the stand is now trying to get me to buy the product. She's like a siren of Greek mythology, and I'm the sailor. She's trying to lead me to my artery-clogging doom! And and that's why I'm banned from Pizza Hut. So along with the demos, there were just regular games. The objective to these games were usually something like, here's the thing, get the thing to the end, collect the shiny stuff, don't get hit by the spiky stuff. Very simple, but it was fun. This is what I thought of as a mobile game when I was growing up. Something short, simple, and free. So now I pose a question. What's the difference? Is a mobile game just a video game on a mobile device? Or are mobile games something entirely different from a video game? For something to qualify as a video game, must it have a controller and the visuals displayed on a screen? Is a mobile game just any kind of game on a mobile device? If so, what about emulation? I've seen people play Pokemon or GTA on smartphones. So would emulating a video game on a mobile device make it a mobile game? Of course not, that's fucking stupid. But it does help set a precedent for what we can consider a video game and a mobile game. Story and gameplay. GTA and Pokemon have a story. They may not be the most focused aspects of their respective games, and the quality may be questionable for Pokemon, but it's a story nonetheless. Now look back at the mobile games. The most popular mobile games don't really have a story, it's just gameplay, if you can call it that. Most of the games are just point, tap, swipe, repeat. But now let's go back to Pokemon, where the gameplay consists of nothing but move, select, and click. So I guess Pokemon and other JRPGs can be considered mobile games. I mean, the whole JRPG genre seems to fit really well with touchscreen controls. But JRPGs have an overworld with puzzles and NPCs with stories, items scattered across the lands, cutscenes, and plot lines. Most JRPGs on mobile market tend to cut out that part. They just have the turn-based combat system and leveling up by winning battles, or, you guessed it, microtransactions. And let's face it, turn-based combat systems tend to be pretty boring, unless you're able to add in some kind of new, interesting mechanic, such as a simple timing system like in the Mario RPGs. You would think with how advanced phones are now, we would have moved away from this concept of mobile games. We would instead try to get video games on mobile devices. But again, the most popular games on mobile devices are these mobile games. They're simple in concept, and they're free. Very few of these games have a story or even an ending. These mobile games don't end. When you play video games, you know the game's gonna end, unless it's specifically meant to be bought for a multiplayer experience like TF2. Hell, even Minecraft technically has an ending. You pay for the experience. But games on phones aren't really made for that kind of playstyle. The biggest issue being the touchscreen and the hardware limitations of smartphones. There aren't many gaming genres that are good with a touchscreen. They're much better being played with a controller or with keyboard and mouse. The only genre of games that work well with touchscreens tend to be point-and-click games and JRPGs. But the JRPGs currently out lack the very things that make the genre great. Smartphones have come a long way, but to have a game with hundreds of NPCs, detailed and varied areas and towns, I doubt many, if any smartphone could handle that with its current RAM or processing capabilities. So with all that into account, you're given an option. Would you rather pay for a short video game with finicky controls and watered-down story due to hardware limitations? Or would you rather get a free mobile game that never ends? The most downloaded paid game is Minecraft, and the amount of downloads doesn't even come close to the most downloaded free game. What all this comes down to is that mobile games have taken on something unique. Now whether this uniqueness is good can be decided amongst yourselves. Mobile games aren't like a traditional video game. Many don't have stories or multiple characters or endings. Actually, scratch that. Now that I've said it out loud, mobile games are a lot like video games. The earliest forms of video games. Games like Pac-Man, Space Invaders, or Galaga. These video games didn't really have a story. They were just a fun little distraction. They were simple, they just kept going, and they were designed to take your money. Oh my god, I've cracked the code!